I couldn't stop worrying after I saw the news. It said the plane my husband was on, heading to a business trip abroad, had crashed. I tried calling him, but it wouldn't connect. Please, reply. Then, a casual message from my husband arrived.
Just got here.
I was so relieved, but that relief was short-lived, as the news reported right before my eyes.
There are no survivors.
What? What does this mean? Wasn't the plane safe? My name is Ella. I live with my husband Caden, who I've been married to for 5 years, and our daughter Mila, who will soon turn 3. I quit my job when I got pregnant, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom. Mila's terrible twos have passed, and recently she's been helping me out more. It was tough during the terrible twos, but now I'm happily raising her without stress. While my relationship with Mila kept improving, Caden and I spent our days rather indifferently. Lately, he seemed busy with work, only coming home to sleep. Sometimes, he'd return with a woman's perfume scent, maybe from entertaining clients at clubs. There were 7 call-ins and working on weekends, leaving him hardly any time with Mila. Papa, do you not like Mila anymore? I hugged Mila tightly as she muttered those words, gently stroking her head. Of course not. Papa is just really busy with work. He's working hard so we can live like this. Mila's birthday is on Sunday this time, and he promised to celebrate with us. So let's play a lot then. I couldn't bear to see lonely Mila, so I asked Caden to at least be with her on her birthday.
I'll definitely take the day off.
My husband said that, so I was looking forward to celebrating as a family. Mila's birthday is next month. We plan to invite my in-laws and celebrate together. My in-laws live a 15-minute drive away in the city, and since we meet often, Mila is very attached to them. Caden has a younger sister named Camilla, who has 2 children. While my sister-in-law also lives in the same city, my in-laws treat both their grandchildren equally and without discrimination. I hear there are people who favor their daughter's children over their daughter-in-laws. If the grandchild is a girl, some even pressure the mother to have a boy to carry on the family name. That's why I'm nothing but grateful for my in-laws, who love Mila without discrimination. Then one day, my husband told me,
I have a business trip abroad for 2 weeks, starting on the 8th next month.
I immediately asked him to clarify. Wait, a business trip abroad? From the 8th for 2 weeks?
Yes, to America. The flight will take more than half a day.
As I looked at my husband, who seemed bothered, I couldn't hold back and confronted him. Hey, you know that Mila's birthday is on the 10th, right? We promised to celebrate together. I've already told her. Today she even looked sad, wondering if you don't like her anymore. Why can't he keep his promise to our daughter's birthday? Thinking about Mila's feelings is unbearable. I felt my blood boiling.
I have no choice, it's work. If I could, I would have wanted to celebrate too.
Caden's words made me realize. Seeing my husband's pained face, I apologized. You're right. I'm sorry. I just got a bit upset. I feel bad for Mila. As I said that, Caden patted my shoulder.
I'll prepare a present. Let me know what Mila wants. My parents will be there, so she won't be lonely. And I promise we'll celebrate together next year.
Okay, you better. I emphasized my point to my husband and decided to let it go this time. Although I worry about Mila, I'll do my best to decorate and cook so she won't feel lonely without Caden. I talked to my in-laws about Caden's business trip and asked if they could stay over on Mila's birthday. And then,
poor Caden, having a business trip on Mila's birthday. Leave it to us. We'll liven things up for her. Your father-in-law has already started preparing to stay over.
My mother-in-law's response brightened my spirits. If this could make Mila happy, even just a little. The next day, I told my daughter about the overseas trip. As expected, Mila teared up, looking sad. But you know, Grandpa and Grandma will stay over for your birthday. I tried to sound cheerful, and in that moment, Mila's face brightened. It seemed to lift her spirits a bit. The The day after Caden left for his business trip, my mother-in-law called.
Ella, do you need anything for tomorrow? We've prepared a present and reserved a cake. But is there anything else you want? It must be hard preparing everything by yourself. If you need anything, just let us know. We'll come over early tomorrow.
I was grateful for my mother-in-law's thoughtfulness and immediately thanked her. Thank you, mother-in-law. We just went shopping and picked out what Mila wants. We have decorations ready too, so it's fine. Thank you for the present and cake.
It's no problem. We enjoyed choosing them too. Your father-in-law has been excited for a week already. I told him he's getting ahead of himself.
Hearing my mother-in-law's words, I couldn't help but smile. I'm glad my in-laws are good people. Even without my husband, tomorrow should be a fun day. After chatting for a while, my mother-in-law changed the subject.
By the way, has Caden arrived yet? He said he'd be moving somewhere else after landing, right?
He mentioned taking a smaller plane after arrival. He should be there by now, but I haven't heard from him yet, so maybe his flight is delayed. I checked the flight number my husband had given me. I'll look it up once I finish talking to my mother-in-law. Just as I thought that.
Ella, was Caden's business trip to America?
I sensed something unusual in my mother-in-law's suddenly trembling voice. Yes, it was. What's wrong?
Turn on the TV right now. They're reporting on a plane crash in America.
What? I hurriedly turned on the TV, and the emergency news report was covering the plane crash. In shock, I dropped the phone from my hand. Hearing my mother-in-law scream, I hastily picked up the phone.
Ella, calm down. It's not certain that that's Caden's plane.
You're right. But even as I said that, I was overwhelmed with anxiety. What should I do? If something happened to him? The news anchor mercilessly presented me with an unwanted fact. They mentioned the same aircraft name as my husband's flight. Mother-in-law, this is the plane that Caden was on.
What?
What should we do? Caden! Faced with the unbearable reality, I collapsed to my knees. I felt my mouth rapidly drying up, tears flowing from my eyes before I knew it.
Ella!
My mother-in-law's loud voice pulled me back to reality.
Ella, stay strong. We don't know what's happened to Caden yet, do we? Call him first. I'll hurry over to your place right now, so calm down, understood?
Yes. After hanging up with my mother-in-law, I immediately called Caden, but all I heard was the empty sound of the call ringing. No way. How could this happen? Why won't he answer the phone? Desperate, I texted my husband, "Are you okay?" I tightly clutched my phone with both hands, staring at the screen. Then,
I just arrived.
Miraculously, I received a text from Caden. Thank goodness. I really mean it. Thank goodness. Relief washed over me, and tears flowed. I heard these words coming from the TV I left on just after I started typing a reply.
Furthermore, there are no survivors.
What? No survivors? What does that mean? Even though it was supposed to be the same aircraft Caden was on. Unable to stand it, I stopped texting and tried to call him. But it wouldn't connect at all. Why won't you answer the phone? When I switched to texting, I received a reply from him via text.
Well, I just arrived at the airport, and I have to pick up my luggage and stuff.
How could he not care about my feelings? My anxiety and anger mixed, and my irritation grew. The news said that there was a plane crash. I was really worried. Please, even if it's just for a moment, answer the phone. Show me your face on a video call.
Crash? I'm fine. I'll call you later. I have to move now.
Caden sent me such an indifferent text. After that, even when I sent him messages, there were no replies. Even though I'm so worried. For now, since I was able to confirm his safety, I'll accept that. But my feelings were instantly chilled by a call from my mother-in-law.
Before heading over, I tried contacting Caden's company. They said he's on a long-term vacation. A business trip abroad. What's that about? That's what they said.
At my mother-in-law's words, I realized everything. So, that's what it was. The long-term business trip to America was a lie from the start. Since our marriage, had I ever felt such hatred for my husband? Mother-in-law? Determined, I decided to reveal everything to her. how he hardly ever comes home, how he shows no interest in his family, and now how he came home smelling of women's perfume. I had been reluctant to suspect infidelity based on the perfume smell alone, and tried not to think about it. But when he takes a long-term vacation and lies to his family about a business trip abroad, I can't help but think of anything other than infidelity. My mother-in-law was openly angry at my conclusion.
That stupid son. We were the fools for worrying about him. Ella, come to our house. It must be tough for you and your daughter to be there alone, right?
I accepted my mother-in-law's proposal. After the move had settled, my in-laws apologized to me again. Even my sister-in-law, who heard the story, came over and cheered me up. I felt the kindness of my in-laws once more, even though everyone else is so good. Why Caden? I couldn't help but think that. Afterward, I hired a private detective to gather evidence of his infidelity. Then, a photo of him at the airport with his affair partner was sent to me. Unforgivable! He really was cheating on me after all. Caden called me 2 weeks later.
Hello. Where are you? I just got back from my business trip, and I can't open the door. Can you come here and unlock it for me?
Thinking I hadn't noticed anything, my husband's voice was utterly indifferent. To him, I presented the harsh reality. Even if I went, I couldn't open it. I don't have the key, and even if I did, the old key should have already been replaced.
Huh. Replaced? What do you mean? What are you talking about? You're Ella, right?
I could clearly sense Caden's agitation through the phone. I moved out. I can't be a family with a cheating man who goes on a cheating trip on our daughter's birthday.
What are you talking about?
As my husband tried to play dumb, my anger surged. Do you think I don't know? I know everything. I know you took a long-term vacation from work, and that you went to Europe, not America.
Calm down, Ella. There must be some mistake. Oh, right. Mr. Cruz took a long-term vacation. Maybe you got me confused with him.
Do you think you can fool me with that? You really underestimate me. Well, of course. You've been cheating while saying you had to work overtime and go to work on weekends? Unable to hold back, I raised my voice. In truth, I wanted to scold him more harshly. But my head was hot, and I could only convey the facts. I'm divorcing you, and I'll make sure you pay alimony and child support. As I declared that, I heard Caden scream.
Wait, please.
What? In response to my question, he spoke hesitantly.
I'm sorry. I did cheat on you, but it was just for fun. The one I truly love is you, Ella.
I feel sick.
Huh?
I could hear my husband's fading voice. My words seemed to have struck a chord, but it's not enough. I still have more to say. Nice acting, but there's no way I'm going to believe the words of someone who prioritized a cheating trip over our daughter's birthday. Did you think you'd be forgiven if you said it was just for fun? Stop it. I will never forgive you or your affair partner. Then Caden, with a completely different tone from before, snapped back irritably.
Huh. I'm the only one apologizing here, and you're acting all high and mighty. Who do you think you have to thank for the life you have now? You'd be the one struggling if we divorced. Don't make a big deal out of just cheating. Birthday. You're so annoying. Is a birthday that important?
At that moment, my sister-in-law Camilla snatched the phone from me. There's no way she'd want to be with someone who can't even cherish their own daughter's birthday.
Huh? Camilla? Why are you with Ella?
My husband seemed surprised by the sudden appearance of my sister-in-law. But that's not the end. There's still another surprise.
I'm here too. Huh, Mom? I'm here too. And Dad too?
I then revealed the truth to my husband. We knew you couldn't come home. We thought you'd definitely call. So we all waited together. Your sister's husband is looking after Mila. My father-in-law then yelled,
You're no longer a son to us. Don't ever set foot in our house again.
Following that, my mother-in-law and sister-in-law began to pile on.
Your belongings are being stored in our shed. Come get them if you need them. If you don't come by tomorrow, we'll throw away everything that's left.
Big brother, what you're doing betraying Ella, filthy. The worst. Don't ever be involved with us again.
Wait, everyone. I was wrong. It was just a moment of weakness. I'm sorry. Please don't say things like that.
My husband seemed to be seriously hurt by my in-laws' words. His trembling voice, on the verge of tears, tried desperately to cling to something, but no one was willing to forgive him. I yelled at him. It's unbearable to be cheated on because of a moment of weakness. You've been cheating for a long time and you're still lying. How much do you need to make fun of people to be satisfied? Stop it, you cheater. If you don't agree to the divorce, I'll take you to court. Then my husband panicked, saying,
Please, no court,
and agreed to the divorce without fuss. The next day, Caden appeared at my in-laws' house and prostrated himself at the entrance. But the family only sent cold stares. Unable to endure it, he left with only the bare minimum of his belongings from the storage. After that, I made a lump sum claim for damages against him and his affair partner. Once the affair was discovered and damages were claimed, the affair partner apparently dumped Caden right away. I broke up with him, so please forgive me. Although she tried to negotiate, I had no intention of giving up on the damages. She ended up with a large debt and reportedly began working in the night industry. Once the affair became known at the company, my husband, unable to withstand the stares of others, chose to resign voluntarily. That being said, he still needs money to pay for the damages and child support. I've heard he's now working from morning till night, with no time for leisure. As for me, I still live with my in-laws. They treat Mila and me kindly, just as they did before. I'm determined to do my best to repay their kindness someday.